So today is a very exciting day because today we buy some power tools. Cue the B-roll. Power tools. Okay, so in this video I'm going to be talking about power tools. New versus old, expensive versus cheap, hand-me-downs versus brand spanking new warranty. I know that when you're new to the electrical industry, I'm only 18 months in, it can be an absolute minefield when it comes to power tools. One of the big questions is, do you need the top brands? So I've got a Makita, this is quite an old one, this is a DeWalt, this is brand spanking new. I literally bought it today. Done! But what do you really need in your first year or so as an electrical apprentice or somebody that's just starting out in the electrical industry? Is new better than old? Is cheap better than expensive? And what brands should you get and what brands should you avoid? So here are my top 5 tips for buying a power tool as an electrical apprentice or somebody new to the electrical industry. So tip number 1, when you start out, is borrow other people's tools, whether that's friends or family or people that you're working with on site. Borrow them, see what works, see what doesn't work, see what's a waste of money, and see what you feel like you absolutely must have. Tip number 2, when you've decided what you want, quality over quantity. So whatever your budget is, try and get the best you can for that budget. Now I'll give you an example. I went to Lidl to buy some food for dinner for me and my partner and ended up buying one of these, albeit it wasn't this, it was this. Didn't realise until I got it home it didn't come with a battery. So I went back the next day to buy the battery and they didn't have any in stock. So I went back a couple of days later, still weren't any in stock. I was promised that there would be. A week later, still nothing in stock. Almost 3 weeks later, and they finally got one of these in stock. So obviously I bought a couple just in case they never restocked again and went out of production. So now I have 2, that's great. But if I was using it on a site, that would have been 3 weeks where I couldn't use it. I'd have to use somebody else's or just buy another one. So bear in mind the cheap brands, although they're fairly good value for money, they're not necessarily going to last very long. Usually they only have a year's warranty and you've got to make sure you can get the batteries. Which leads me nicely on to number 3. When you're buying tools, try if you can to buy the same brands. And the reason that I say that is because, I'll give you an example. Because I bought so many brands over the years, I've got Ozits, Milwaukee, Bosch, I don't even know what this brand is, Parkside, DeWalt. So when you're on site and you are using a tool and it runs out of power, if you've got the same tool, let's say you've got a DeWalt SDS drill, you've got a DeWalt impact driver, a DeWalt angle grinder, a DeWalt whatever, one of the batteries runs out and you can interchange them. So for example, this one, the pack comes with 2, I've already lost it, there it is. So that's the spare and that's the one that comes with it. I've got 2. If you buy a couple of other tools, usually you're clever and you get them with an extra battery in the kit, then you could have 4 or 5 or 6 of those batteries, and chances are only one of your power tools is going to run out of charge and you can just interchange them throughout the day. You're never going to run out of power. Whereas if you've just got one Parkside impact driver with 1 battery and that runs out, you can't interchange it with your DeWalt battery or with your Makita battery because, well, they just don't work, do they? Charging as well, all of these, when you could just have one at home on charge, swap them out, or maybe a double charger. It makes life a lot easier. So tip number 4, when you're buying a tool, look at the bundles that you can get, shop around. There's a lot of deals out there. Sometimes one company's offering £10 off, £20 off, there's cashback offers as well. And sometimes you can buy a drill, it seems like a good deal but it hasn't got a battery. Other deals maybe a little bit more, but they might come with 2 batteries and a charger. Overall it might work out a lot cheaper. So look at the deals, research, buy the best. And tip number 5, remember to register your tools, really important. Some tools will come with, an example, some tools will come with a 2-year warranty, and if you sign up via the website, you get an extra year's warranty. I know that Milwaukee are doing 5 years warranty, a standard 3 years, and if you sign up through the website, then you get an extra 2 years on top. So it's 5 years warranty for Milwaukee, which is really good. So consider that, sign up. Make sure you take photographs of your tools. Make sure you get the serial numbers and keep that somewhere safe, because there is a massive stolen goods market for these tools. They're easy to move, they're fairly small. There's thousands and thousands of them, so it's harder to track down yours if it's stolen, so people are well up for it. And there's a massive market for stolen goods in the power tool industry. So if you need to report it to the police, it's unlikely that they'll find it unless you've got the exact serial number, because if that turns up somewhere, they can check the serial number and it's back to you. You've got the receipt, that's your tool, and you get it back. There's very, very little chance of that happening if it's just, I've got an SDS drill and it turns up 300 miles away somewhere else in the country and you've got no serial number to say it's yours and to prove it. So that is my 5 tips done and dusted. This is a really cool tool. I'm really happy to have it. I feel like a grown up now having bought this. This whole video really was just so I could show this off. I bought that today. I was really excited about it. I wanted to do an unboxing video, which I've done. Check it out here, and check back for more videos. See you later. Bye. I'm gonna play with my tools now.